Dear students, now I am going to tell you a new topic in Unit 8, Role of Remote Sensing in Ecology. You know what exactly remote sensing? Remote means it is the something not in contact, it's in a remote area we say. Remote sensing is the acquisition of information about some features of earth without coming into direct contact with it. So, accessing the information about some features of the earth, it may be some flooding or some, it is occurring in the place, it is in a remote place. So, we can able to access that information through this technology. It is called remote sensing without coming into direct contact with it. Remote sensing is the process of detecting and monitoring the physical characteristics of an area by measuring its reflected and emitted radiation at a distance. So, it is a technology where you can see the whatever the reflected or emitted radiations that will be captured or monitored, and that is useful in getting images or getting the data or live data of that area. Remote sensing used in the environmental sciences, images of the earth surface acquired from sensors mounted in airborne or aircraft or spaceborne platforms. So, you will find in this cartoon, so this is the surface of the earth, the landscape. There may be a ground based the platform where you can see drones are used, or else some the equipment like a lidar, it is a laser data acquisition so recording, or else airborne, that is in the helicopter or else aeroplane, it is the mounted, the sensors are mounted, and that will provide the information regarding this is how we will acquire information, that is sensors that is fitted in the aeroplane. So, when the aeroplane is passing on this landscape, it will capture that data, that is reflected radiations, and we can get the information regarding this, or else it is through the spaceborne platform, that is satellites. So, we can acquire this through the satellite signals. So, remote sensing, the process of collecting information about earth surfaces and phenomena using sensors not in physical contact with the surfaces and phenomena of interest. So, it is a where you can see the sensors are, it is airborne, it is present above the landscape, it is not in the contact with the landscape or contact with the earth surface. So, we are placed somewhere else and we are able to acquire that data, and we will able to know what happening there. Is there is a forest fire, or is there is a flooding, is there is what is deforestation, what is the extent of deforestation. All these we can able to avail the data from a distance. So, this is what remote sensing technology used in the ecology, in ecological monitoring or ecosystem monitoring. So, this here, this is a medium of transmission involved, it is the Earth's atmosphere. What are the principles of remote sensing? So, principles of remote sensing includes detection and discrimination of objects or surface features, that is that means detecting and recording of radiant energy or reflected or emitted by objects or surface materials. So, what all the radiant energy that is reflected by the objects on this earth, it may be the trees, or it may be the river, or it may be from the soil, all these the radiant energy, this will be this will be discriminated, and data can be acquired by using this radiant energy. Different objects return different amount of energy. The soil, the amount of energy reflected by the soil is different from that of water, that of from a biological object. Okay, so this different bands of electromagnetic spectrum that is analyzed, and incident this depends on the property of the material. So the incident, the reflected energy, it will be if it is depends on the structure of the object, chemical nature of the object, and physical nature of the object, surface roughness, angle of incidence, and intensity of the wavelength of the radiant energy. All these are the factors involving in the acquisition of the data from the reflected energy from the various objects of the earth's surface. Three main types of sensors are used: optical or visible or infrared radiated sensors, radar sensors, microwave or LIDAR sensor, that is light detection and ranging laser sensors. Okay. So there are 5 types of instruments are used in remote sensing. The first one is high spatial resolution sensors. So it's all sensors that is going to collect the data. So the images here can be used, the whatever the high spatial resolution images means the images of greater number of pixel. It is a low pixel, and it is you can see the high pixel image. It is you can see the sharp image. So this is, you can see remotely we can able to take the high pixel images or data are available from a wide range of sensors such as aerial photography, digital aerial photographs, video and digital cameras, and multispectral, airborne or space-borne sensor system. So the sensor system may be located, sensors are located in any platform. It may be a ground based, or it may be aerial photographs, drone can be used, or else helicopter can be used, airborne platform. So sensors, these sensors can able to take high pixel excuse me images. So that is are used to quantify and evaluate the spatial structure of the habitats. So you will see here, this is the coastal region and the forest area. All these one can able to identify from this the high spectral resolution sensor taken image. Okay. So this the structure of the habitat, baseline information of a biodiversity, that is what I said, and ecosystem monitoring, management, all these can be done using this remote sensing instrument, a high spatial resolution sensor. In marine ecosystem, the areas of coastline, the coastline area. Then in terrestrial ecosystem, what is the amount of fertile soil, what is the unique flora present in that region, what is the nature of the fauna in that region which need to be protected. All these information can be accessed from the remote place, with the help of this technology. So these are useful to implement a sustainable way through mapping the changes in land use of the area based on these images. Hyperspectral sensing information. So the hyperspectral imaging instrument records visible light and other reflected electromagnetic energy. Hyperspectral imagery provide accurate spectral information of the earth's surface. You will able to see in this is giving the spectral images. It is the spectral information of the earth's surface measuring hundreds of bands of the from visible to infrared. So it is the bands, you will find several bands. These bands include from the ultraviolet to the infrared, from visible to infrared. So hyperspectral data can be obtained using either space based or else it is a satellite, or else airborne platform with using helicopter or aeroplane. This data was considered to be the best to assess the accurate location of the features such as tree canopies. We can assess the what exactly the tree canopy. So the tree canopy so the different layers in a tropical rainforest, or else the tree canopy of a single tree, different layers of a single tree, all this can be assessed with this hyperspectral sensing information. So the remote sensing data has been used for mapping the distribution of forest ecosystem, global fluctuations in plant productivity with the season, and the three-dimensional structures of the different landscapes. So these can be obtained with this remote sensing sensor or information. Thermal remote sensing. Thermal remote sensing detects the energy emitted from the earth's surface in the thermal infrared radiation. So this is a thermal infrared radiation, you know that how exactly the heat radiations. This is something like nowadays in COVID, so there will be a thermal sensor. So similar mechanism here also. Thermal infrared radiation, it ranges between 3 micrometer to 15 micrometer, which can be radiated by all bodies, all radiate, including human, radiate. That's how thermal sensors are used. This same technology here also. So that is what you can see, the radiated infrared rays are these are from the target area, those are analyzed. Observation of Earth's surface characteristic and is very useful for research regarding the analysis of biophysical earth processes, in particular landscape, characterization and measurement of land surface. All this can be possible here in this picture. This is a thermal remote sensor based image. You will able to see the river here. So the different colors you can see, the rivers and the soil and the forest, all these you can able to. So this is because of the amount of the thermal radiations that is bringing these differences in the colors in this image. This is the mechanism, how exactly there will be, this is through electronics imaging system. This can be the images taken and analyzed, and actions will be taken. This is a method of the ecological monitoring. Then constellation of small satellites. Constellation of small satellites means several satellites you will able to see that is revolving on an area, and it is the mass of the satellite weighs about 1 to 500 kg. They are very small, and a constellation means the several satellites, they work in concert together and use obtained images of the crop growth, monitoring the detecting the intra-seasonal ecosystem disturbances that occurs seasonal or inter-seasonal disturbances, so cyclone, all these you can see. So this it can able to good quality image can be taken by this constellation of small satellites. So this is how exactly you will find the amount of ice and how much ice in the glacier is melted, and all this information one can able to avail using this constellation of small satellites. So then another is the LIDAR, light detection and ranging. LIDAR is also called laser altimetry. Here the laser technology used, laser based sensors are used in the drone or else in the aeroplanes or else in the. So this is you can see the laser based technology. Here the laser based remote sensing technology utilize laser to illuminate the target. This is the target is illuminated by the laser, and a photodiode to register the scattered from this you can see from the incident laser. So then what is the scattered radiation canopy and tree height, biomass and the volume, all these you will able to see. This is from the aerial view of the river. So and also the small forest and agriculture area, all these we can able to get with this remote sensing technology. It is called LIDAR. So this also it is very useful. It gives the entire information regarding the depth of the objects. So remote sensing data are becoming increasingly common and critical inputs to ecological models. So it is very important to derive a ecological model. We have to have this data is very useful. So the models help us to understand ecological patterns and process and the effect of human actions on these phenomena. Remote sensing technology has changed ecological approach and the modeling process. Now it helps to track severe events like hurricanes, cyclones, and it has improved our ability to prepare for these disasters, natural disasters, and responding and mitigating natural disasters effectively. All this with the help of this remote sensing technology. Currently, the satellite data are regularly used for studying productivity of forest, animal behavior, animal movements in different seasons, migrations, understanding different trophic levels. All these we can able to assess with the help of different types of remote sensing technology. Satellite data offer long-term perspectives and assist us in managing ecosystems to meet social, economical and ecological objectives. So this is the LIDAR based technology imaging. You will able to see clearly the different canopy of the forest. So this remote sensing technology will helpful for develop ecosystem process models, and it has become now important tool for scaling net primary production. One can assess easily net primary production of a forest area or a wetland area through this technology, and or else net ecosystem production. All these can be over a geographical domain. This can be easily assessed with this technology. Phenology, vegetation dynamics, vegetation dynamics, characterizing different forest types, assessment of forest burn areas, monitoring of forest fires, forest density mapping, forest biomass assessment, habitat suitability of wildlife in different biomes, for managing protected and reserve forest, climatic modeling, future predictions. All these so many applications one can have to study the ecosystem, and ecosystem monitoring can be done using this remote sensing technology. Satellite data plays an important role in the prioritization of biological and ecological sensitive zone and high species richness for future conservation and planning. All this remote sensing technology very useful for conservation strategies. To what type of conservation strategies one has to employ or adapt in that particular geographical area by seeing the image. This is what you can see the use of remote sensing technology. Remote sensing used in fire risk management, fuel mapping, active forest fire detection, flooding, burnt area estimation. So many innumerable uses from the Department of Environment and Ecological Research. One can able to get a lot of data from remote sensing technology. It is a very useful tool to assess the ecosystem conditions and ecosystem monitoring and management. So, this is overall you will find the remote system, it is a satellite and how it is taking the pictures with the the landscape and the different geographical area, airborne, that is through the sensors adapted to the aeroplane. So, this is about the how remote sensing technology is adapted to the study of ecology and ecological research. Thank you.